to Charts and Hearts. I'm Sarah, and she's Lindsay.
And together we're working our way through an epic list of rom-coms in order to find and categorize tropes in the hopes of creating the nerdiest spreadsheet podcasts I've ever seen.
And today we are still on our annual Christmas month, and we're doing Last Christmas.
Yay! Have you seen this before?
I feel like I put it on and then fell asleep or something. But then what? Because I didn't remember large chunks of it. But then once I started to sort of figure out what was going on, I did remember it. So I don't. Mm-hmm. But then, the whole beginning, I had no recollection. I didn't remember that Michelle Yeoh was in it. So I feel like I don't know. Or I tried to watch it and then turned it. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Before we talk, I'm going to give a spoiler warning for this one because it is a movie with a twist. So if you haven't seen it and want to watch it, as opposed to most rom-coms where you can guess what's about to happen, turn this podcast off right now and come back after you watch it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, did you figure out what was happening?
So I figured out that he was somehow related to her heart pretty early, but not that he was, again, spoilers, not alive. He did literally give her his heart. Well,
yes.
She has his heart, and he was killed in a car crash the year before. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I went to see it with my friends when it came out, which was, I hadn't watched it since, and so because this came out late November 2019, it was a little bit triggering for me because it was the second to last movie I saw in the theater. Mm-hmm. But so that was just ooh, not actually a problem because of the movie. But anyway, I figured it out pretty early on because I think I read too many Lurleen McDaniel books when I was young. Fair, and obviously there was no books with ghosts in them or whatever he is, but there was a lot of other bodily transplant romance stories, plus Return to Me, which of course we've talked about before and is a movie I've watched millions of times in my life, so it's a plot that I am familiar with, so it kind of
I thought it was gonna be more like Return to Me.
I will say my friend who does listen to this podcast never sees these kinds of twists coming, when we read Cinder, she did not know the end. She texted me at the end and was oh my god. So she did not see it coming at all, which was fun for me.
That is fun for you.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hadn't seen it since, but I really liked watching it again. It's a different take on a Christmas romance movie, and it was incredibly well done for reasons that we're about to get into.
Mm-hmm. No, this movie was it was really enjoyable and really unexpected. The cast overall is outstanding. This movie was written and produced by Emma Thompson, who is a legend and is amazing in this movie, even though she plays a pretty small role, but she's so good.
She's so good.
So good. And yeah, I love that she sort of was inspired, obviously. So this is heavily inspired. It's basically George Michael has a writing credit on the movie because it's so inspired by Last Christmas, the Wham song. Because he gave her his heart.
It's a little bit literal.
It's very exact. And Emilia Clarke is
she's so good,
incredibly watchable and very, very good. Goes on such a journey in this movie. So I think even though it has very rom-com Christmas vibes, it comes from such I don't know, it's just full of incredibly talented, amazing people who are delightful,
who are incredible. Yeah. So we said Emma and Emilia Clarke, and Henry Golding is
Henry Golding plays the
ghost man,
the ghost. Yep.
And Michelle Yeoh is there, and she's absolutely incredible. It was weird because
hilarious.
We just watched Wicked for good, and the very different characters.
Yeah, no, she plays just a happy, hilarious businesswoman who just
she's
like
so like dry and sassy. It just
but like just is like so passionate about being a really good like businesswoman, and like has all these crazy like history of like having different shops. So she like says her name is Santa even though her name is a Chinese name, because like that's just what she does. So she just like anytime she has a business she changes her name, like her English name, and just like runs a year-round Christmas store in like Covent Garden or something
something like that.
Yeah, it's just she's amazing. Patty LuPone is also in it for
I know,
I
which
don't
is
really know why.
So random because also she's buying baby Jesuses, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Patty LuPone is Jewish.
I have no idea,
but anyway, and then at the very beginning, there's a random character that Emily Clark hooks up with, and I was like, why does this man look like Ted Mosby? And then it hit me, it's Isildur from Rings of Power.
Oh my god.
Who looks so much like Ted Mosby.
Yes.
So that was really random and fun. He's in like one scene, but yeah.
Nice stuff. I also really like the guy who plays Michelle Yeoh's boyfriend, the boy. He's like a Danish actor, and yeah, he's very good. I found him incredibly charming. And like everybody at the like homeless shelter soup kitchen are amazing.
And the rest of her family, Emilia Clarke's family, her sister and her dad
are really great. Yeah. No, this movie just, it's incredibly charming, and yeah, like so if you have seen it but you haven't seen it for a while, I would definitely rewatch it.
Yeah, go watch it again.
It's like really sweet, really Christmassy.
It was one of those ones where I watched it and I'm like, oh, this is so good. And then I got to the end, I'm like, oh, written by Emma Thompson. That's why.
Yeah.
She likes to take classics and put the people who wrote the classics on writing credits and then make a magical thing.
Pretty much. Yeah. And then also because of the George Michael connection, basically the entire soundtrack is like a few Christmas songs and Wham / George Michael songs.
Yeah, which I was like never heard of. There was Faith, and then there was one other one, and I was like, the rest I'm like, okay, sure.
Like, other than the sort of like big hits of George Michael, like, and like not even all of them. There's so many I don't know. Or like there's ones where I was like, oh yeah, like if I heard this, I would 100% know that this was George Michael. Like he has a sound. Or there's some that I was like, oh, I have heard this song, but like I don't know why. Maybe when I was like half asleep watching this movie or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay. Any other observation-y things? Do you want to talk about ghost things?
Yeah, I just have ghost questions because I think I just read a book about a spirit which had weird ghost rules, so it's a little bit in my head. And also I love the show Ghosts. So similar to when I watch other or read other vampire things and they have different rules than Buffy, I just have a hard time adapting sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
He is not necessarily a ghost. I don't know what he is. A spirit, someone she made up, but except not, because on his memorial bench is Look Up.
Is his name Look Up. Yeah.
So he definitely is embodying some part of his alive
self.
Yeah,
I feel like, Ghost isn't quite right, but also like he's, like, she has like, you know, like they cuddle and like
kiss
and stuff. So like, I feel like he's, I think like trying to explain what he is and the rules of it like isn't gonna helpful work. Or relevant. It's really just like this magical thing that happens to her and like helps, which isn't to say that like a person who receives a transplant should like get some sort of relationship with like anybody who is involved in the like donor of that transplant, but like she clearly had some stuff going on outside of having had a heart transplant, and I think a lot of that is like, you know, growing up with a mom who, you know, has her own sort of mental health struggles and all that, and then really sort of latched on to caring for her ill daughter as a mission in life and a personality. So that was, so like there was so much more going on in her life than just the fact that she had a heart transplant, that like having some sort of beam of inspiration or like a reason to look after herself, basically, was really helpful. Doesn't mean that she doesn't, couldn't still take advantage of like therapy, but maybe she's in a better place now to like be able to. Something. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think I did see somebody, I think in the trivia, compare it to Christmas Carol, which is like analogous, I guess, of just like, it does have the same kind of vibes, just with kissing, which I'm fine with. So there's definitely got that aspect to it, so that also helps with the ghost rules, because there's so many different versions. If you don't think of him as a ghost as much as more as a spirit, then it works more.
Yeah, for sure. And it definitely does have like she sort of has Scrooge vibes, except instead of being like, deeply what's the, like, where you're not misogynistic but hate everybody, not just women.
Just a dick? I don't know.
Misanthropic. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. But instead of that, she's just like incredibly chaotic and like self-centered and
but also like self-harming, not in the like physical way, but in the just
like sort of self-destructing, but in an incredibly selfish way that she's not looking after anybody, including herself, or not like doesn't have a care for anybody, including herself. So good. Okay. Tropes. Yeah,
so we'll start with, like, nagging mom is part of it, but she's not nagging in the tropey way of you need to find a husband.
She's nagging like you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, and she also does have her own stuff going on. But the sister is very tropey in that way that, like, I feel bad to call it a trope because it's a real problem that she has, the sister.
Yeah.
But she does blame everything on Amelia Clark, which is fair as a sister of a person who is sick, of course. Like, that's just the way that her life is. Like, she's also dealing with the trauma of this. I feel like the tropiness is more that then they have a nice, like, she finds herself and then they make up and everything's great. Like, that kind of, the arc is tropey, not the problem. Yeah.
We've got a woman who blames Amelia Clark instead of her cheating husband for Amelia Clark hooking up with somebody.
Like being in their house. Yep.
Yeah. She, like, it stays over at a hookup because, like, at the beginning of the movie, she's kind of like not really homeless because she could go back and live with her parents, but she like chooses to just sort of hook up with people to have somewhere to sleep every night. So and then meets this guy at a bar or whatever, stays over, and then his wife comes home and it's like, how is her house she's supposed to know? Like, blame your husband, you crazy person.
We have a meet cute, which is very cute because he's looking at a random falcon, I think. In London, and then it poops in her eye. It's just funny.
Yeah, no, it is really cute. So we've got this sort of like flighty, manic, selfish, like chaotic girl who needs to get her stuff together and can only do that with a man and through the magic of Christmas, except that like she also really needs, like, she has some trauma from like almost dying of needing a heart transplant or for whatever reason, and then like she does get her shit more together because of the magic of Christmas and because of a man, but it's like not in the standard sense.
It's definitely not in the way of normalcy, and I'm just like, is this a movie of us watching this woman have a mental breakdown? Kind of, but Christmas.
But then but then she figures it out. I mean, in the literal sense, like assuming that magic, dead spirits aren't real, she figures it out herself, slash through the magic of Christmas, and also by like work, like doing the concert with the people at the shelter, all that kind of stuff. So like she doesn't really do it by herself. She does it by like finding friends and like rebuilding her relationship with her sister and all of that. But it also happens to be at Christmas time.
So and we do have montages, including, well, a lot of them are near the end where she is finding herself. Like the montages are taking us through her arc of
like
improvement,
the rehearsals with the people, and
and she like goes shopping with her mom, and it's really nice, and
it is really cute.
Just repairing relationships.
Figuring things out. So this is an interesting question that might be a trope. So there's like a bit of a gender flipped manic pixie because the Henry Golding's character is there solely for her to figure her shit out. Mm-hmm. So does that make him a manic pixie even though he's a ghost?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's one of those where it falls outside the definition of a manic pixie, but
yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, who knows?
Like, when you're watching it at the beginning, you're like, yeah, this dude's a manic pixie. Like, you don't know anything about him. He's just there to...
Yeah, exactly. It was like,
yeah.
Why are you so perfect and, like, around but not around all the time? Like,
yeah. And then there's some fun cameos. Like, we already talked about Patti LuPone randomly being there. And then at the end, there was a guy that they, like, when they're all singing at the end, there's a guy that they, like, fix on for a good 20 seconds. I'm like, okay, that's supposed to be a person. And it's the guy from Wham, the not George Michael guy. And then there's also in the crowd is Willoughby, Greg Wise, which as we all know is Emma Thompson's husband, because she is very good at getting handsome men to be her husband.
Amazing. Lindsay, does this movie pass the Bechdel test?
Yes, again, because it's written by a woman. And it is a movie about, it's not a movie about romance, it's a movie about a woman finding herself. So she talks a lot about, she has great talks with Michelle Yeoh, and which are sometimes about men, but also not. And then she also talks through her stuff with her sister, and she talks through her mom stuff with her mom, but it's also really easy to not talk about a man because he's a ghost man and no one else can see him. So they just kind of talk about him in passing. And also I just want to highlight the diversity in this movie is really, really great. Not just Henry and Michelle.
Henry Golding, like that character was like, could have been any race.
Anybody.
Like it wasn't particular to that. Yeah. To him being Asian. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's lots of other characters played by people of color, but also the people at the shelter. There's also there's an amazing range of actors with disabilities, different abilities, that kind of stuff. Which again is one of those things that you don't need to put in a movie, but you
why wouldn't
can?
You? Yeah,
and
well,
why
especially
not?
if you cast just like so that it looks like real life, then and like her sister's queer and so that was fun. Okay, let's build a pie.
Yeah. Okay, George Michael is a lot of this pie.
Like 20.
Maybe 25. Like we got a lot of slices, but it's just there all the time.
Yeah, so I think that'll end up being the biggest slice probably. Yeah. Okay. Look up.
Yeah, which is the thing that Henry Golding says when it helps her find random beauty in the day or whatever.
Yeah, and just like, it's a thing to get you out of your brain. Like, like 10?
Yeah.
15. 10. No, 15. 10.
15.
15. Yeah. Okay. Henry Golding is incredibly swoony in this movie.
I know.
He's very good. It's a little bit weird when you realize that he's dead and what's going on, but like, him as an actor.
Yep, into it.
15?
15?
20.
The song Last Christmas being literal.
Yeah. 15?
15, I think. Yeah, it's like, it's always there. It's like the main Christmas song that's playing. Like there's different versions of it. And then when you realize what's happening and then she sings it after you know what's happened, you're like, wait a second. This is the thing that's happened.
I think that gets us to letting us give Emma Thompson and also Michelle Yeoh being absolutely fantastic. Basically, all the women in this are amazing.
Yeah, but they're amazing.
So that lets them get 30%.
Oh, sweet. Love it.
Is that right?
Right?
No.
45? No, 25.
That also works. Yeah.
That also works.
Because also, so like basically Emma Thompson and hiring on excellent women, they all rock. So I don't know what we want to call that on the pie, but that's for future.
Yes, they're fantastic. It's also directed by Paul Feig, who directed Bridesmaids and also worked on The Office a lot. So he's just one of those. And like I listened to him on the Office Ladies podcast, and he's just one of those guys who is good,
Yeah. So this is where we normally ask what's next for them, but that doesn't really apply. Nope. But I guess maybe we could talk about just what's next for Amelia Clark's character.
Yeah, I think I hope that she's able to continue her path of healing.
Yeah.
And she seems to be in a really good place by the end of this movie, and I hope that continues. I would like her to find some professional help.
Yeah.
And maybe the rest of her family also, because aside from the heart transplant, they're also dealing with other trauma.
Yeah, like her family had to, like, were refugees from Yugoslavia in the 90s. Like, yeah. And so her mom, like, definitely lives with a lot of trauma from all of that through her whole life. And then what's next for us?
Well, speaking of manic pixies, we're going to do a manic pixie month, which we've been talking about for a long time, basically since we started the podcast. So I'm excited to take some time over the break and do some research, read the paper or essay or whatever it was that sparked this discussion. And we're going to start with the movie that sparked the discussion, which is Elizabethtown.
Oh, it's going to be exciting because I haven't watched it for a million years.
I know. I was obsessed with it during my Lord of the Rings obsession time.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I haven't watched it since, so it's going to be a journey.
Indeed.
But so we're going to be doing some Manic Pixie movies in January, and then it's Olympics.
Yeah. Oh, so exciting. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with us all year. If you have been, happy holidays, happy new year. And yeah, thanks so much.
I think this comes out the day after solstice, so happy it's not dark anymore.
Yeah, we're getting back to
We're back
days.
If you're in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
Hooray, we did it.
Hooray.
We made it through.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks everybody. You can always leave us a rating or a review wherever you get your podcasts, and you can find us on social media. We're at Charts and Hearts Podcast on Instagram and Threads.
Yep, you can head to our website, chartsandhearts.com, where you can submit your suggestions for rom-coms and tropes for us to add to the list. And you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/chartsandheartsclub. For holiday month, we did Princess Switch, which was great.
A time.
And also our second Patreon fake country movie in a row, because we did Princess Diaries in November. So, head on over and check out some fake country discussion. We love it.
Always great. We would love to know your thoughts on this. Maybe tell us your thoughts and feelings and hopes and dreams.
Yeah, and did you guess it?
Yeah.
Did you know the twist?
Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm going to cry. It was always going to be yours one way or another.
Ugh. So swoony.
Okay, bye.